everybody. Welcome to episode 11 of The Horse, of course. And it's a very special episode where we interview a Guinness Book of World Records holder, Ryan Pyle, who played for Valley back in the early 2000s before pursuing his dream of being a global wanderer and adventurer, a journalist. He's an award-winning director, photographer, adventurer, journalist, you name it. Since 2010, Ryan began working full-time on television and documentary film production and has produced and presented several large multi-episode television series for major broadcasters in the UK, the US, Canada, Asia, and China, and intercontinental Europe. In particular, his Guinness Book of Record of 2012 stands out for me, where he rode right around the circumference of China by himself in an epic motorcycle journey, one that nearly killed him. And he went on to repeat such amazing feats in India and Brazil as well. He's going to be on the TV on Discovery Channel tomorrow night at 10:50 p.m. in the evening as he revisits Hong Kong, one of his expeditions. It's worth a watch. And we caught up with him very quickly between dinner dates in Zurich. This is a nice little catch-up with Ryan Pyle. Well, here we go. Our old mate, Ryan Pyle. He's a Valley man. He's an adventurer. He's an award-winning journalist, photographer, adventurer, TV serialist. We'll put all of his achievements in the notes. Ryan, welcome to The Horse, of course.
How you doing, Grant? It's been a while. It's good to catch up.
Yeah, so tell us, where are you and what are you doing?
So I'm in Zurich, and I'm filming an episode of my Extreme Treks TV series on BBC Earth in Switzerland. And we're just coming into Zurich and getting comfortable before we head out into the mountains. And it's great to be able to catch up with you and your audience.
Okay, cool. Sounds good, mate. What's the plan then for August? You mentioned something, a pretty rigorous filming schedule for the next 30 days.
Yeah, so for those of you who have been following me on my social media, you know that I got stuck when the world closed and I was in Istanbul, Turkey for almost 4 months. And I was filming my Extreme Trek series in Ethiopia in March when everyone closed their borders. So I ended up in Istanbul for 4 months, just sitting around in an apartment. It's driving me crazy. And now finally I got the chance to come to Switzerland and do some filming. And yeah, I'm really excited. So for the next 30 days, I'll be doing the Via Alpina trek, which is a 390-kilometer walk across Switzerland from the eastern border with Austria to Montreux on Lake Geneva.
Why are you walking? Have you lost your motorbike again?
I did. I misplaced it somewhere. Someone, I think, stole it this time. So I am supposed to do this one on foot. That is what Extreme Treks is all about. So we will be doing it on foot. And what better place to go for a walk than Switzerland?
Yeah, I guess the name says it all. Now, just back to Istanbul, I'm sure you found a way to be productive in that 4 months.
Yeah, I mean, I did, I make television shows for a living, and all of a sudden I was in Istanbul for 4 months and I couldn't really do anything. So I started a series on my Instagram Live and on YouTube called The COVID Calls, where I just called people and caught up with people that I hadn't talked to in a while. And I ended up doing like 100 episodes of them while I was on lockdown. And I also rescued a kitten that was pretty much dead. And I kept him alive. And now he's actually with me in Zurich.
Wow, it's amazing, mate. I just want to take you back to your early days in Hong Kong. I think it was the early 2000s. You slept on a lot of sofas when you joined Valley. I think Brett Stewart was reminding me this morning that him and
James Mickey.
James Mickey donated their sofas to. Isn't it about time you paid some rent? But seriously, just reflecting back on those early days, what are your memories of rocking up to Valley and sort of meeting everyone, playing for the Mustangs?
It was actually the best. Like, being able to come to a place like Hong Kong, not know anyone, and then be able to connect with the amazing community that is Valley. And I believe you were the first person I reached out to in Hong Kong, and you wrote me back and you said, hey, you can be terrible, you can be amazing, just come out and we'll throw you in there and see what happens. And I loved it. And I, James Mickey and Brett Stewart, the other people I met playing with the Mustangs, and they're still really good friends of mine to this day. And I'm just so thankful for that Valley community for taking me in and going to the Valley bar on Thursdays after training, and sometimes having it go sideways, and sometimes, being home at a reasonable hour. And I definitely miss the camaraderie, and I miss the boys for sure.
Yeah. You're an amazing part of that Mustangs history. So coming up tomorrow on Discovery Channel in Hong Kong, I think there's one of your expeditions in Asia with Ryan Pyle is a Hong Kong edition. That's on at 10:50 p.m. tomorrow night on Discovery. What is that episode about? What was it like coming back to Hong Kong and filming an episode here? Must have been quite special for you coming back here.
Yeah, so after Hong Kong, I moved to Shanghai for many, many years, and now I live in Dubai. When the world was an easy place to travel around, Dubai was perfect. But came back to Hong Kong to do an episode of Expedition Asia for Discovery Channel, which is on Tuesdays at 10:50 p.m. And coming back to Hong Kong was great. We did the McElhose Trail for that episode, which is the 100-kilometer plus trek through Kowloon. And we did throw in a little wrinkle, though. We did do a pretty extreme rock climb of the vertical face of Lion Rock to throw in a little bit of extra fun. So the Lion Rock climb definitely was pretty extreme. But it was great to be back on the McElhose, because actually when I was in Hong Kong, I would go out with Brett and James Mickey and some of the boys, and we would actually do stretches of the McElhose on the weekends. And it was great to be able to go back there and film and share those memories, with the television audience. So Hong Kong's a magical place if you love the outdoors.
Yeah, it is for sure. And when did you film that, and why didn't we get a call?
It was November last year we filmed it. We had beautiful weather, and yeah, so it's been airing now for the last few weeks, and now we got the Hong Kong episode coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm going to be watching that one for sure. And I've really loved your adventures, especially the motorbike rides around China, Brazil, and India. You've done some pretty amazing, mind-blowing stuff, man. And I want to ask you, what drives you the most now? Is it still the excitement of the adventure, or the passion for storytelling, or is it just a mixture of all that?
For me, I just really love doing something different every day. Like I love being in a different country all the time. I love meeting new people. I'm just comfortable being kind of everywhere. And I love the physicality of the trekking and the climbing and the hiking and the motorcycle riding. And that's definitely part of it. But I just am now addicted to meeting someone new and doing something new every day. And, here in Zurich, it's a wonderfully quiet, developed economy, and it's a very quiet, relaxed city. And I'm just loving walking around and exploring all the back streets and the old town. And I just feel like this drives me. I'm constantly curious.
Yeah. And any more world records in your sights for the coming year or so?
No, I think we're going to play it pretty calm. And I don't know. I mean, we're just going to walk across Switzerland and see where it takes us. And
finally, you still getting mistaken for Tom Green wherever you go?
Yes, the Tom Green reference does come through quite a bit. And, he's been out of the media for a little while now, so luckily the younger folk don't mistake me for him. But, he's a proud Canadian, so we're glad to have Tom Green.
Yeah, well, okay, mate, appreciate your time. I know you've got a highfalutin dinner to go to. You're an inspiration. We're proud to call you a Valley man. I'm super proud to call you a mate. From all your fans and buddies here in Hong Kong, keep up the good work. Good luck with the series, and we'll be watching.
Thank you, guys. Take care, everyone, and thank you, Grant. Let's catch up offline someday very soon.
When I walk, I'm learning, and when I walk, I'm connecting with the place.
If you want to come out and do the McElhose, it's not a sprint. It is a endurance adventure.
Purely vertical, unbelievably challenging. And again, who knew that you could do that in Hong Kong?
What a spot.
Expedition Asia with Ryan Pyle, Hong Kong. Tuesday on Discovery Channel.